Road to Cameroon. This is my thoughts, my opinion, and where I see my family's future. Your road to Cameroon needs to start with your medical.
Alright, so last one here. Nice and relaxed for me. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. All done.
There are certain shots, yellow fever, and different things that you have to get when you go to Cameroon.
And so I'll have all your yellow cards ready for you. And as well as his oral typhoid.
That's easy enough to do at Costco or your local doctor, but get it early so you're not rushing like I was.
It's good for 5 years. So it's 4 doses. You take one every other day.
Okay.
So it takes about a week to finish the course.
Okay.
You want to take out an empty stomach with a full glass of water. Not hot water though, make sure it's cold water. And then after you finish the last pill, it takes another week until you get protection, and then you're good for 5 years.
Okay, is there anything you should not take?
No antibiotics.
No antibiotics?
Yeah, because it's going to kill the live bacteria.
But nothing else?
Yeah,
I'll be
everything.
fine. My stomach won't hurt or anything?
No,
Okay.
no. Okay, so we'll see you in a bit. You're welcome.
Don't be a chicken. Those needles don't hurt as much as they look. Now, Cameroon, once you get there, like many countries outside of the U.S., you can get as many antibiotics and things that you may need, and malaria pills. I'll just say their malaria pills are serious in Cameroon. They put me down for a day or two into a different mood. But while I was in the States, I was feeling good, had all my shots, it was all good, all blessed. What can you do? You take the shot, and then you go take your shot and travel abroad. Now, you are going to need your passport, and I advise everybody to have a passport who's in the United States, just in case one day there needs to be a mass exodus and you need to get out for a year, 2, maybe a lifetime, depending on how your life is set up. On my road to Cameroon, you see, with my family, Cameroon on my back, that long 20+ hour journey to Yaoundé, the capital, Turkish Airlines, food, family, what else can you get? Now, people say, why Cameroon? Well, my roots go back to Cameroon, Nigeria, and Mali, and just all over Africa. So, my wife is from Cameroon. It just happened to be like that, nothing I planned. I want to have my family and kids have some roots in Cameroon. So this comes with the meal. Comes with the plane ticket. Now, when you're sitting and you're on that plane, these are one of the meals that you can get when you're on there on Turkish Airlines. Good food, really good food, really good service. The only thing Turkish Airlines could work on is getting my bags there on time. We had a whole plane full of bags not get there. So we have 7 out of the 8 bags. A little one hiding right here. We have 7 of the 8 bags from Turkish Airlines. And they only came 3 days late. It seems like no one had their luggage, or I say very few people had their complete luggage because they were on a back order from Cameroon, which those are things you'd love to know beforehand. But, before you even get on the plane. But this is what we have so far. A lot of luggage. I know some people will say, but you cannot come to Africa. You cannot come to most of the world without your gifts. You gotta have gifts for the family. There's so many gifts in here. Most people from America, when you buy something or you go on vacation, you plan on getting your gifts. It's a very selfish mindset. But give and you shall receive. I've been gifted so much on this trip. I can't begin to tell you, between a car, driver for the month, the clothes that I have on when my bags didn't come. I saw people in their same clothes that we saw them 2-3 days ago. I have my new clothes on every day, so you have to be thankful for that. And I saw some people even who are dressed really nice, man.
and they still have their clothes. But you know, in this heat, depending on how your body pressure is, you'll sweat. You can sweat that out. You know, dirty bags, it's all right. We can clean those up. But I didn't plan on bringing not even half of these bags back. We'll have gifts and everything for some, but it's a beautiful day.
Cameroon is not as third worldish as you think.
Beautiful to see all these people out here, you know, just enjoying the water, whatnot. Even in the hard times, we can laugh. In the hard times, enjoy ourselves. The hard times won't last forever.
Pools, there's beautiful hotels like the Finney Hotel right here in Limbe, which is having a little conflict right now in that region, but I still felt safe. Very clean, very clean. For all the haters that thought Africa, Cameroon specifically, didn't have bathrooms and people this and that, very clean facility for you to use. No worries. JC Bistro, JC, this is in Bastos. This is a bathroom in Cameroon. Clean, cut, just like the West. You don't see any ants. These aren't S-holes. This is luxury. And this is just in a regular restaurant. So don't be scared. It's not like those third world stories where you're going in a hole. There's plenty of places for you to go to the bathroom and relieve yourself. Okay? Cameroon is on the rise. Bars, clubs, good food, good music, good friendly people, whatnot, you know. There are some things in Cameroon. As far as customer service, it's kind of like being outside the US. They haven't mastered that part, but every country has some room to grow in some area. And the one thing good about when you get to a place like Cameroon is your money will take you a long way. They use the CFA, some call it the CFA, and your money goes a long way. Another issue with Cameroon, $10,000 is what you get. That's your top bill, and it's sometimes hard to change that when you're in one of these taxis. So when you take the taxi, make sure you let the taxi cab driver know you have $10,000 so he can stop at a store or a bank and get change. If not, you could be waiting in some odd random spots like I did one time with my kids, waiting for change at a grocery store, and they didn't have change. Now, you look at the roads, you look at the infrastructure. Yes, the roads and infrastructure are a little dated. Just like the president of Cameroon, they need, some change. But there's going to be a new government in the next, 4 to 5 years, we hope. And they are doing the billboards and they are doing their part on the private sector. But government has a real stronghold on Cameroon. And so, you bear with them and you invest now and you're able to enjoy that investment later. Remember, nothing good comes right away. Delayed gratification and seeing the vision.
If you use that phone here, it will not accept an American system. Yes. So me and Papa will not ever use the phone.
Okay, my mom said don't use your cell phone here.
Yes, it will not work again in the US. So what we do is that you buy a cheaper phone. If they are on sale, they will have WhatsApp at $30. Maybe we should have stopped where you change money first.
don't know. So when they change money.
The gendarme.
It's supposed to loan it.
See the gendarme, baby?
I'm at the...
You see the man with the red hat, like the police. That's the gendarme.
So much opportunity here. Look at all these places.
Yes. And so far going, good land in the city.
This is a beautiful place. Soccer jerseys everywhere. You can get those for like $3 or $4 if you know how to haggle right. This is downtown Yaoundé. This is where it's going down, where you can get your currency exchange. All those guys right there are like doing money exchange, whatnot, exchanging your dollars. Some of the best bakeries are right around this area. Some of the best juice bars right around this area. Know French, or at least know how to get around and, you know, in your basic French, because it will help. Even though many people speak English, maybe 20% of the population, they're not always as comfortable to speak English to you, and maybe they speak more pidgin English than anything because they don't get to practice that. So you want to have a little bit of French in you. Out here in Yaoundé downtown. New York has nothing on this. This is a real art, real traffic. Hold on, let me show you guys something. Show you some pretty scenery.
This I think that this is what will make us tremble up there. That's what I enter this one. They have said IKEA's nonsense.
Yeah.
But we too are not aggressive.
Now, when I'm carrying my camera around Cameroon, there's no problem. A lot of this footage is done on bodycam. The stuff that's done on other cameras, you know, I'm inside the cars and everything is safe. The furniture and the art in Cameroon, all of Africa, is so beautiful. You know, you want to bring all of it home to you in the United States, because look at that. You just can't find that in your local furniture store. Not like that, especially not for the price. Some of those chairs are about $300, where if you came to the States, they'd be $3,000. You know, that's the one good thing about being in the so-called second and third world. Your money's going to last. Everywhere, people are putting their dollars to work. Hotels are getting built, you know, Western standard hotels. So that lets you know that change is about to come in a major way.
Black black products, black workers, everything black.
You can go get your fashion, go get your clothes, go get your food. You can order food right from the car, which is an awesome thing. Forget drive-through. People will walk right up to you with some food. You buy it, you know, 20, 60 cent soya, which is, you know, meat kebabs with some pepper. Boom, you are golden, and you are fat, full, and everything is fresh off the fire. So don't think that you're gonna get sick. A lot of times when people get sick, it's things that haven't been fresh off the fire. And I had an experience with that, you know, because I ate everything from snails and was willing to eat possum and tortoise and everything else wherever it was at. But if you eat straight off the fire, you should be good, you know. And as an American, if you're an American, we can never drink the water anywhere we go. Our stomachs are way too processed for that, way too sensitive. But, you know, that's a whole different story. Billboards galore. And, you know, they have the digital billboards, even though I think in America, even those are a distraction. But there's so much to do. There's so much, like I said before, Limbe is my favorite area in Cameroon with the big hotels and whatnot. But at any time in Cameroon, you can find some type of vacation, whether it's beach or mountains, and that's the beauty of Cameroon. You know, also at any time, your car can break down, and it's just a quick adjustment for the taxi cab man, and boom, you're back.
As a place in America, you buy your spare parts at on the price.
Oh, certified. Is it certificate?
No, certificate.
Can you know what this is?
No, certificate. No.
So you buy your old parts then?
When I show, you'll be new parts. Every car that doesn't have parts in Mercedes and BMW.
But what does it make sense that the Cameroon doesn't go in the front?
To get a chauffeur for the day in a nicer car costs you about maybe $40 to $60 a day, depending on where you go and how you haggle. You have to be able to haggle, so that's where that French also comes in handy, because without being able to do that, you'll just take the best, the first offer. Now, if you ever need help traveling to Cameroon, this is where you contact us and we can help you find some deals. We have friends and family who are renting beautiful cars, Chrysler 300s that can talk like Knight Rider. Anything is possible in all of Africa, and definitely anything is possible in Cameroon with all the changes that are going through.
My name is Janice Takash.
And what are you known for here in Cameroon?
You know what I'm doing?
Yes.
A video vixen.
Okay. And in Cameroon, what does that mean?
A video vixen is a main girl in a video.
Okay.
Like a main girl in a music video.
Okay. And how many videos have you done so far?
I think 6.
6.
Yeah, 6.
Okay. Name your favorite video so far, or a couple of your favorites.
My first video.
Our favorite video.
Favorite video. The video with Nasty, but the video is not yet out.
Okay. And why was that your favorite?
Sorry?
Why
was the video your favorite video? What made it your favorite video? What made it your favorite video?
So actually, because I had a good director there, and everybody was polite with me, and they treat me very well. They treat me very well in the video.
Okay. How did you get started?
Sorry?
How did you get started doing videos?
How did you get started?
Okay. Is that my big sister was a dancer, and I wanted to be doing the same thing. I started dancing with her, but I wanted now to. I just let me try to do something different in showbiz apart from dancing. So I just started doing modeling. And then secondly, I like Rihanna too much. So the way Rihanna moves her body in videos, that's the same thing that we more video videos do in videos. So I was watching Rihanna's video and I started liking to be a video.
Okay. What does it take to be a video vixen?
What it takes to be a video vixen is at least you have to have a slim stomach, you have a clean body, and then you need to be in contact with promoters, and then you do like professional videos. I mean professional pictures to put it out to at least to make people to know what you're doing. You need to be charismatic. Yeah, I mean to have the charismatic. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have to have like a portfolio or a website, or do people find you on the Instagram? How do they discover you?
Yeah. I have a page on Facebook. name Janista Blanche. I still have the same name on Instagram, Janista Blanche. I do advert too.
Okay. Okay. What is the state of Cameroon music? Is it up and coming? Is it still, does Cameroon need to do collaborations with Nigeria? What's the state? Where do you see it? Is it on the rise, or how's it going, in your opinion?
Okay, that is what we want to know is Cameroon really in the map? Is Cameroon really in the map?
Yeah, but Cameroon is already in the map. Yeah.
When it comes to entertainment, is Cameroon really in the map? What is the state of Cameroon? Does Cameroonians need to collaborate with Nigerians or with other people to get into the map? That is what we want.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And I asked that question because a lot of the artists, especially the up-and-coming artists, they say, maybe only one or two Cameroonian rappers are getting some shine. And then everybody else, you have to, sound like a Nigerian or go to Nigeria. Is there... What I'm trying to see is, do you see the opportunity going up, or eventually will you have to go to Nigeria or Europe or the States? And is that even a plan, or do you want to make it at home?
She would. Let me answer that.
Can I film you while you answer that? Okay.
I think to make it right, she's not going out because she's going out to add to her portfolio. You understand? You cannot just make it on one place. You need to go to places to make it. She would make it in Cameroon, but she needs assistance. She needs to familiarize with other countries. She needs to go out. She needs to visit other places to make her name be known. But when she does that, she's bringing Cameroon into the map. She's not selling the other countries. She's selling her own country because she represents Cameroon. So I think she has to go out. She will make it here. She cannot make it here because some facilities are not here. People are not here to push. There are some people here, but they don't want to push it. So when you get opportunities to go out, you need to go out so as to add to your portfolio. That is what I can add.
Okay.
Actually, Pearl is my name. I guess you already mentioned my name's Anson Pearl. And I'm a makeup artist. I'm a professional makeup artist. I started my YouTube channel some months back, 6 months ago. I talk about mostly beauty, makeup, and then lifestyle, Cameroonian entertainment. A little bit about DIYs, but yeah, so it's actually a beauty channel where I review products, and I just help women boost up the beauty a little bit more. Yeah.
Yes, and I think that signature move, you should somehow, we should trademark it, make it part of your opener or whatnot, because that is your move. Now, when it comes to beauty, we know that a lot of fake products around the world come from China and that they can burn the woman's
Most definitely. China and a little bit of Nigeria. Nigeria is guilty as charged.
Okay. Yeah. So it's really important for women to buy their products from a reputable source like yourself.
Exactly. So actually what I do is because our markets are saturated by fake products. When I say fake products, I don't mean cheap products, because there's cheap and there's fake. We have cheap products and fake products. Cheap as in the lack quality, and fake as in the lack authenticity. For example, we have Mary Kay here, which is fabricated in China. We all know Mary Kay is definitely not fabricated in China. We have Black Opal, we have Iman. A lot of those products are fake, and they're actually not good for the skin. Most people have a lot of allergic reactions to those things. So what I do is I try to get in touch with companies that produce good and original products like Maybelline, L'Oreal, Becca, Lancome, NARS, and and all the like. I buy from the websites. I actually get friends in the US usually to buy these products from the website. They send to me and I can supply to people. But it's the main problem I face doing business that way is sometimes it's hard trying to get those things here. Sometimes I don't get someone who can help me get the things. Sometimes I don't even have someone to buy the things for me because everybody's always like, oh, I'm busy, I'm working day in, day out, yeah. So
okay. So the hardest part, it sounds like distribution.
Exactly.
So you need somebody in the US, which we've talked about off camera where we're able to help, but there's also people in the States who this is all you do is distribution. So I want you to reach out to the Pearly Glow channel and contact her and let her know how you can solve that problem, because as a consulting firm, we're one part of it, but why not have so many businesses reach out? Now, if it's distribution, where do you find that the most cost? Is it in buying the product or is it in shipping the product?
In shipping the products, because like buying the products, I would say the prices are actually pretty average. I'll say the prices are okay. It's true that the Cameroonian society they haven't really embraced the idea of buying high-end products. For example, I think MAC foundation sells for like $30, $32. They haven't embraced the idea of buying the foundation for 15,000, 20,000 francs. That's about that in CFA, because they are used to buying Chinese products for. I mean, they buy foundations for 2,000 francs, 1,000 francs. 1,000 francs is like, it's barely $2, so they are used to that. And imagine selling a product for like 10 times that price. Yeah, so I don't I don't sell high-end products. I sell high-end products to just a few people who actually know what they are going in for. Usually I mostly deal with drugstore products. They are pretty good too, but they are just not high-end. Yeah, so I deal with drugstore products like the L'Oreals and the Maybellines and the NYX. Yeah, so I would say that I have a major problem with getting those products here and distributing them. I don't have a problem with buying. Like the prices I buy are very okay. I find the prices affordable for the quality of the product.
Obey the King, Cameroon.
Peace, Empire.
You're not a superstar, but tell us who you are.
Like I said I'm not a superstar, but all these dudes, they run around trying to be like me. I inspire most of these dudes out there if you didn't know that.
Okay, explain on is it the music, is it the fashion, is it just the swag all day, you know?
It's everything about Obey the King, you know? Yeah, first off, they start wondering how I put off a name like Obey the King, and everybody's always like, so who's the king? I'm like, it could be God, I could be the one, it could be you. You get it? Yeah, so anybody could be the king.
Anybody can be the king. Yeah. What inspired you to come up with that name?
Just obey the king, just obey the king. Okay, I'm El. And you know El in Hebrew stands for God. And we all know God is the king. So I was like, just obey the king, just obey the king.
Got you. Do you get a lot of hate with that name?
Yeah, a lot of people, they're like, so what the you want to come and prove here? You, we should obey which king? And some people even got to the extent and they're like, I'm not obeying any king. Is it a cult? Is it what kind of name is that? Is it a band? You get it? Yeah. So I've had a lot of questions like, why obey the king? Or how did you come up with that name? What inspired you? But I say it's deeper than anybody could think.
Yeah. Some things can't be explained. They're just in you and not on you.
That's it. I'll just tell you like, okay, I got this because I'm ill. But well, that's just because I want you to know that. But it's deeper than anybody could ever think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really deeper.
Now, we're in Peace Empire Studios, and this is where you come record your music.
It's where the magic takes place.
What's your process on recording?
I can't really say there's a procedure, like a planned out something to follow. When we have the instrumental, everything, the inspiration, I just hit up, like, okay, yo, I got this stuff, I'm come this day. We set the time. You know, you have to work on time, and you just can't pull up at a studio and you expect to have some recording time and all that. Yeah.
Okay. So do you already have the songs laid out on paper or in your head before you come to the studio? And have you heard the beat before?
Oh yeah, I do that. I get too poetic with my writing, and like it might surprise a lot of people when it comes to freestyling. I'm like, nah, that's not my shit. I want to make sure everything I say has the impact I'm saying it for. Or if I say this word, it's because I meant it. Mm-hmm. Because if I start freestyling, I'ma just fuck everybody up. I'll be like, yo, get your shit out of here. But I like to write and like position every word where it's supposed to be. So when you get the message, it sticks. Rather than just run off my mouth saying stupid shit that nobody really cares about, or that's just it.
Okay. do you think that might be what's wrong with rap right now? Is it, with folks like Jay-Z and Lil Wayne being so gifted and being able to memorize what they put in their head, and everybody wanted to kind of copy them, so now people really are just freestyling whole albums?
Okay, there's something. Let's get this straight. There's off the dome freestyle, and there is freestyling that you wrote. A beat could come on now, and if I feel myself in it, you get me saying some lines. That's because I wrote them, and what I wrote matches the beat. You get? Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of these niggas do, and fake it. They call it freestyle, but it's no freestyle. There's freestyle off the dome. And I respect a lot of guys who do that. And people who do that nowadays are really like rare. Off the dome freestyle, if you can get what I say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people write and get into the studio, do something, and at the end of the day, they even do a video and they still call it freestyle. Yeah. You hear people giving backup. That's like, what the fuck? How did you know your lines? How did you know what you were going to say? And he's doing some backup. You get it?
Yeah. Now, we always found that funny. Somebody ever freestyled and your hook is done, and people know what you're gonna say.
Freestyle. A lot of people misinterpret. They just misuse the words.
Yeah.
I'll tell you straight. I don't do freestyle. I don't do off the dome freestyle. A beat could come on and I have my lyrics. If it matches, I'll do it. But I wouldn't really say, even if I say it's a freestyle, it's just for the term of it.
Now, Obey the King is a rapper, is a fashion designer. You can call him the Cameroon Kanye West, because even the outfit that he's wearing from head to toe, it's him.
Seriously, this hot shit, man.
Yeah. And is this for purchase globally? Can people buy this globally online?
Just we could do just nationwide distribution for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, we are still trying to expand. It's not gotten to that level where we could ship out of the country. You get it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still trying to put things in place and see how it's gonna work.
And if somebody does want this from out of the country, this is an art piece.
Out of the country,
it's an art piece. It's gonna have to be shipped like a Mona Lisa.
Straight.
Yeah,
You pay, and it's gotta worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay for it because you really like it. You want to feel yourself in it, not just for the fancy of it.
Yeah.
And I don't do stuff because A did this or B did that. Okay. Like, let me put it straight. Like, I hate being a trend follower. I like to set the trend for people to follow. There are some of my songs, if they came on today, a lot of people will be like, oh, did you record this yesterday? But it's been there for ages. it's been there for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've kind of learned to circumnavigate and find things at a price that I think is reasonable. So I've been finding things here to be almost the same as what they are over there. Except what I find here, obviously, the cab rides are much cheaper.
Yeah.
But,
yeah,
you
definitely.
know, for your food, I mean, your food is only relative. I mean, over here, you can get what I call cheap eats, or you can spend your money. I mean, if you go to, like, we went to, what's that called? Istanbul?
Istanbul. Yeah.
Istanbul.
Oh, he took you there already?
No, but see what I'm trying to say? Istanbul is like, they do like shish kebabs and things like that, and that place will break you. Okay? So don't think you're just gonna come to Cameroon and be like, fa la la la, and just, no, they will break you.
Yeah.
All your little pocket change is gone.
Yeah.
But if you stick to, like I was saying before, early interview, you stick to Cameroonian food, then you're fine. And we found this nice, what was that market that you took me to?
Today?
Yes.
Santa Lucia.
Santa Lucia.
It's a boulangerie?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had more or less like, for more people familiar with Luby's back in Texas, you know, all the food is out and you just kind of pick what you want. And that ended up being the best deal and the best price because it's Cameroonian food. Yeah. And then you get to pick the stuff that you enjoy to eat. You know, instead of like sometimes you go to a restaurant, you have no clue what it is. But here you can see it, you know, and relatively some of the foods are, you know, really close to the same. They cook the same.
Okay.
Yeah, they cook some of the same stuff.
Yeah, I'm very happy you guys have had such experiences. So what do you have to tell those who are looking forward to come to Cameroon? Should they come to Cameroon or should they just like, no, don't bother.
Come!
Don't waste your time.
Come to Cameroon and, like Davidson, get your French on, like me, work and try to shuffle through. Come to Cameroon. If you're single, you will find a wife.
Of course, definitely.
It'll take you 1 week.
Sorry, let's talk about the women.
I'm sorry, I'm married. Yeah.
I was hoping you could have steered that conversation. Okay, we're gonna push that on Emma.
Like, yeah, I'm married, you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, ladies, I've been married for 20 years, so it's a wrap.
Okay, you got married in middle school.
I'm an old man. I look young, thank you.